This is a nice black Cobra clean. Just hop back on. Had to redo my Hardwire gear set video. Pretty much giving it a better explanation of what I had before. But pretty much, well, right now I'm at a control point, and I'm just seeing the action first. I had to go over the pretty much exactly what it does. But first off, it pretty much well, as you can see on that, just use the sequence and they pretty much ready again. But as a talent on it, pretty much is like use one skill, the gun is on cooldown, use the other one. If it gets the kill, it automatically refreshes the other skill that you first used. So right now, okay. The sequence done. Now I use this guy. Stop running so much. Kill him. Refresh the season, man. And one skill, like I said, man, I don't think a lot of people use it, but I never really heard too many people say anything about it. But the cam launcher does a lot. And I can imagine after Title 5 update, like how much more useful it can be. I'm gonna make a video once me and Watch the 9 actually group back up again and actually make that run of how useful that can be in that particular stronghold, to where you don't even have to have team members go up to the rocket launchers. Your chem launchers do the work for you. And I actually didn't find this out till about a day or two ago, and it actually was by accident that it would take out the weak points for you. But yeah, for anybody using the cam launcher on the oxidizer setting, it's not a bad gun. It's actually helpful. The one having to be able to shoot people through cover, nice. Just in itself. Oh, I did it by accident. I thought I had the gun up. And in particular with the whole Hardwire thing, this is just my personal combination. I mean, you pick whatever combination you have, of course. Pretty much I get my skill builds and stuff like that together once I 5 comes out. I'm working on it right now, but I get more detail about one of those for anybody looking for some type of skill build. But once I have it together, I'll be able to explain it actually. Yeah, right now I shouldn't be hitting them with the cam launcher, getting them seeking mines back. But another thing, just with this particular just say it's skill based, pretty much just like with the talents wise, but armor and health are not really all that great. It shouldn't take too much longer to finish out this control point. Actually, I gotta head over to the down at the moment too. So gotta pretty much try to run through this a little fast. Reason most of the enemies kind of actually sit there while you're using the oxidizer. Some of them, not all of them, but most of them kind of just sit. And sometimes you kind of can predict their whole movement patterns, like running back into it, as that guy did. What the hell? Oh, right. I recommend with the the rushers, of course, not really trying to kill them with a cam launcher or whatever. I mean, unless the Seeker mines take them out and they just so happen to just be close. And while they're running into, into the oxidizing cloud. Man, did we turn right now? I'm used to bound that thing. You wasn't paying attention. Now this gear set does have, I think everything actually has offensive mods, surprise, but not a lot of utility mods. But most of the stuff on it has skill power based on everything. Get that guy to get him. Seeker mines, that would be great. Why is he actually? Dang, grenade missed it. What the? Okay, so that car really just teleported me. Like her, she'll just sit there. And of course, the way it works with the cam launcher, I have a mod on the ass on actual extra bullets too. And I didn't hold the quick down. But even with Seeker mines, the kids add on the extra a shot onto the cam launcher, so it doesn't restock the whole entire magazine or anything. Well, the ammo count for it, but like I said, it works with each other, knocking out cooldown time. Well, that's pretty good gear set. I like it anyway. I mean, pretty much what I had to do enough just to get it.
Supply line access unlocked.
Alright, now to get into so already you pretty much with the full, well, 2 pieces of the set you get 20% skill health, 3 pieces you get the skill damage, and of course 4 you get 20% skill power. That's, I'm pretty much think that's boosting your own skill power. The electrify, I'm not using any of those particular talents that electrifies your hive, turns, or pulse sensors. Anybody get close, they're of course shocked. But most of the time I take a look at that on the enemies, more than likely I'm not going to run by your turn unless it just happened to be in a pattern or something. The hive, I've seen that happen once or twice, but not really. I've tried that out, but that wasn't my preferred combination, because I was thinking the hive, hey, your Seeker mine is a good combination, but it's just that hive, it has a nice radius, but it just wasn't working with the combination I have right now. The pulse sensor, I don't really use pulses like that, so can't speak too much on that. Now this feedback loop is the one that actually comes into play when it comes into, like I'm using the cam launcher with the Seeker mines, but killing with the skill resets the cooldown of the other skill, and repairing the friendly agent's armor from 0 resets the cooldown of your skills. I'm thinking that's pretty much all your skills if you have all of them on cooldown. That's like, I don't know why I even tried to have an explanation not being in the safe zone. One second. though into the survival. Somewhere over here, I believe. Oh, now take into account if anybody if you're using your demolition specialist, you have that you have it maxed out to 25% extra damage to explosive damage. So if you do use your seekers, you know that's 25 extra explosive damage added on to it. All right, now before I rudely interrupt you, so yeah, pretty much with the feedback loop, I haven't used any repairing skills to see how to be able to explain how the whole healing the agent armor from 0 will work, as far as the, like, does it reset the cooldown times or both skills or what. But yeah, just as you seen from the action scene, you're looking at it, it's like, hey, throw the seeker mines. Even if I didn't, sometimes even if I don't use the oxidizer chem launcher to kill somebody, just to refresh the seeker mines, it'll actually refresh on its own sometimes. Which, hey, that's great. It doesn't do it all the time, but it's great when it does and you don't have to use it. So, but really most of the time it's like throwing out the seeker mines that do their thing. Anybody that doesn't get killed, elite veterans work kind of better with red enemies. Like they have that, oh, you just need like a couple of bullets. Hey, they in cover them, shoot cover them, kill them, boom, you're ready to throw out the seeker mines again. Instead of waiting whatever the cooldown times are currently now before the update. Like I said, this is not a skill build, so it has some great talents to make it a great skill build or whatever. So, and yeah, some of it has like cooldown reduction, random whatever, and all that. But most of it is like a offensive mod on the backpack. As you can see on the screen, all the mod slots red, all offensive. It does always, most of everything has skill power to it. It may not be high. Of course, you can always recalibrate that if you want to. I recalibrated this one in particular, because I usually want anything that has skill power to at least have anywhere from 3 to 600. I don't know anything higher than that as far as like the base attributes that I've come across. See, armor on kill, and that has the 2. I don't really use a rifle, so that doesn't really apply, but assault rifle, so. And that skill power. Oh, the other thing too is one where it says when the skill cooldown ends or reaches full charges, which that applies to the cam launcher, for instance. I'm not sure of anything else when it says reaches full charge right off, but that'll be one. When it you gain a bonus damage. It doesn't really say how much damage, but I can pretty much say, like, for the cam launcher I used, I think it was doing 20. How much is mine set it right now? Okay, the cam launcher is 26. I think with the bonus it was doing about 32,000 for the cloud damage, which is great. Now I said really pretty much more so with your skill power, you want to have enough to really use so you can use your mods and all, so you're not really stuck to, oh well, I have to apply like using the cam launcher skill power. Yeah, that's like, dang, I pretty much feel like it's wasting a slot. Like it could be damage or something else. And I would use damage, but subtracting 5 bullets from that really is like, wow. Then I have the 18.3. Do I have another one? And really with these cooldown times, with pretty much with this hardwire gear set, like anybody getting killed with the secret mines automatically gives you another bullet in the cam launcher too. So it's like they they help each other out. So it's a pretty cool gear set, and I guess I'm gonna be making a video shortly once me and Spots and Lines get back, you know, with the Cobra Clan or whatever. Doing a title basing again, I have a more in-depth to how useful the oxidizer can be used. For me personally, I just, like I said, I haven't heard anybody really talk too much about it. And it's like, oh well, I don't want to use it. I don't know why is somebody using it. Like, it really does more than people think. As far as I know of, it's the only thing in your skills outside, I think, the Banshee. Well, the Banshee pretty much has the fusion effect, but damage-wise, well, outside the piston is exotic, but skill-wise, it's the only one I know that actually hits you while they can be in cover, as long as it's not like fake cover, like not on the opposite side of a bus. That's a little too far. But the radius on it is not that big unless you have the radius mod. Yeah, I have a video on the cam launch if anybody's gonna be interested in it. It's nice and pretty much skill using. A nice T17, pretty much skill user out of the Cobra Clan. So, hey, like, subscribe to Black Cobra Clan. Yeah, I hate making more videos.